strategy. Give me a sense of how you think the government has fared so far.
Thank you very much for taking me on the program. Government has been striving very hard to combat this pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic. And luckily, by the time this pandemic it hit and it reached Pakistan, we had a number of stories and we have a number of strategies in front of us. And our government, they were wise enough to pick up good strategies, good points from each of the strategy success stories, and they adopted all of them. So presently, we have been looking for the cases, which are actually the patients, and then we are trying to find the strategy that is focusing on finding out the cases and the patients, and then finding out their contacts, and then keeping them either in the quarantine or keeping them in isolation if these are the patients. So that is one of the strategies to break down the chain of transmission. And they have been working very hard on this. I can say that government has been successful in their strategy in the sense that if you look at the number of COVID cases and if you look at the mortality rate is really low in Pakistan. If we compare them with other countries, it has been pretty high in UK, it is really high in US, but Pakistan has been successful in controlling their death rate. So meaning that our health system was also prepared to deal with the cases, and most of the majority of the cases, they are being sent back home sound and safe once they are healthy. So I think most of our strategies, up till now, they have been very successful.
Okay, Dr. Tahir, let me be the devil's advocate. Now, there are two things that you talked about. One is, of course, the rate of infection, which we have seen is rising exponentially since the opening up. That is one thing. The other, of course, is the mortality rate. Now, the infection rate is rising exactly or on a par with